the date in your diary, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your campaign group. The next stop, the United Campaign Against Police Violence, Friday the 10th of July, the headquarters of the IPCC. I want to introduce the next speaker, Brother Minkah.
Greetings, brothers and sisters, friends. My name is Minkah from the Pan-African Society Community Forum. I bring greetings from the Pan-African Society Community Forum. And I also bring in greetings from the United Friends and Families Campaign, which I'm one of the founder members. The United Friends and Families Campaign is a campaign about uniting deaf in custody families. We started off primarily with black families. I know some people may not want to talk about the issue of race, but the reality is that the disproportionate amount of people who are killed by the police are those people of African descent. So I want to pass on my condolences to the family of Sean Rick. I want to pass on my condolences to the family of Roger Sylvester, Ricky Bishop, and all those who have been killed in custody. Our campaign is very clear. We do not just simply look at the police. We recognize that this is an attack from the state. And so we look at the issues of death within the prison service, and we also look at death in the mental institution. On every last Saturday in October, we have a demonstration from Trafalgar Square to Downing Street. And we go to Downing Street because for us, that is the source and that's the root of the problems in which that what we're facing. They like to talk about crime does not pay. But we know when it comes down to these politicians and the police, crime does pay, as we can see with their fraudulent and wicked kind of actions in which they've been carrying out. I come from Brixton, and I would like to talk about a case I'm directly involved with right now. Because on my way home, just a few months ago, I saw the police, two white men at the time. I didn't even know that they were police. I went over to inquire what was going on. The police said to me I must move away. I explained to them, I'm not in your way. I've been involved in campaigning against deaths in custody. I know that when you look at the statistics of stop and search, again, people don't want to talk about race, but I'm going to bring some facts to you. Our African youth are 8 times more likely to be stopped and searched than anybody else. I know you want to talk about, they like to talk about the so-called terrorist threat. But I'm not talking about Muslims now. I'm talking about African youth 8 times more likely to be stopped and searched. And so I bring these facts to the police in a very polite and respectful way. Their response within a short period of time was to launch a vicious and bloody attack against myself. I was kicked, I was pumped, I was thrown down to the floor, my hand nearly broken. To this day, I still suffer from the injury. And then they put me on a charge, so-called, I caused them alarm and distress. What a shameful, wicked act. Bullshit, they brutalized me and took me to the local police station. The same station that they killed Sean Rick only 3 weeks ago. The same station that they killed Ricky Bishop. And so, if it wasn't for the support of my community, because when they arrested me, we were able to get onto our own community radio station, and they were able to bombard the police station with what is happening to their brother. We were able to come down to the police station, and as a result of that, I was able to walk about that police station, because those police are very keen to say that you ain't seen nothing yet. But I tell you this, brothers and sisters and friends, when we are organized, we can put a stop to this wicked brutality in which that they carry out. I want to say, the Black Panther Party taught us very great lessons. And I'm not here just to say we're just against the police. We need to get to the point where we organize ourselves, community self-defense, to make them know that when they attack one of us, there's going to be a price to pay for that.
Damn right!
I'm not advocating violence, because I know people like to misrepresent me when I say I'm talking about self-defense. And we've got a right to defend ourselves against these vicious attacks that they carry out on a day-to-day basis upon us. You talk about Ian Thomason, and that's right to talk about Ian Thomason, but the reality is in Brixton and many of the communities where African people are, that's an everyday reality. The only thing, you don't have that on a camera to be seen. And so I just want to conclude by telling you here today that I support my brother Rupert Sylvester. I support the campaign who says they want to go to the IPCC, because I've heard in their literature they say they want the chair of the IPCC to resign. Yes. I don't know why you're calling for that demand, because the IPCC should be scrapped. They should be scrapped outright, because the amount of cover-up that they've carried out for these vicious murderers, it's just unbelievable, and it's an absolute joke. I'm coming up to court on June the 4th, a Campbell Green magistrate, and you will see our community come out in force. And this is a lesson to the organizers of this campaign, because if you want the black community to come out, you've got to reach out to them in a respectful way, and they will come out. There's organizations around, and they're prepared to support this cause, because I haven't just come out about Ian Thomas, and they've been on this for decades. I want to, as I said, we're in solidarity within this campaign, and I wish you all well, and I will be with you until we get that justice that we rightly deserve. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We've just got a couple more speakers before a very special end to today's rally. I want to introduce next Sean Hunt from the Green Party.
John Hunt, actually. Yes, I'll follow on with you. John Hunt from the Green Party. There's been a lot said about politicians. I'm actually a candidate in the European elections on the 4th of June. I remember the case of Blair Peak. I was a student at the time. 2 years ago, the policing of the climate camp in Heathrow, a week of protests, I attended that, and on the final day I witnessed and reported a number of incidents of police brutality. It resulted in a complaint which was dragged out over 6 months. The complaint was dragged out over 6 months. I don't know how many hours of police time that occupied. It was a complete waste of police time, my time, taxpayers' money. It got absolutely nowhere, and as we see now with Ian Tomlinson, the police haven't even changed their procedures, haven't tidied up their act. We need to ensure that they introduce procedures to make sure that the rotten apples can't behave with the impunities they have done, but when the odd one does still slip through, that there are proper investigations and not the whitewashes. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to introduce now Sam Rig David from the Sean Rig Justice and Change campaign.